Okie dokie, sound test. Hello, hello, hello. All right, for those of you who are new to joining me on this adventure, my name is Astrius Cat Yodi. I am a vet tech. I'm going to be talking about gross stuff. Actually, probably not quite as much gross stuff, but medical stuff anyway. Um, Everything that I'm going to be talking about is based purely on my own education, knowledge, and expertise. So your mileage may, of course, vary. Please do not take any of what I say as complete medical advice. You should always consult your veterinarian before you pursue any kind of treatment whatsoever, or go forward with any kind of diet changes or anything Yep. Can't talk apparently. I've had not enough wine. But yes, always consult your veterinarian before making any changes or choices in your pet's care. Dr. Google does not know all, and in fact can very easily mislead you. Oh, the horror stories I could tell. Anyway, so yes, that being the case, welcome to my stream. Today we are going to be talking about pets and human food while I play Ori in the Blind Forest and probably die a lot. Yeah. So, anyway, let's get started, shall we? Where was I? Oh, yes. There I was, Valley of the Wind, trying not to get eaten by the big bad Koru, I think is her name. Kuro. Yes, her. You see that big thing right there? Yeah, that's Kuro. She wants to kill me, and I haven't quite figured out entirely why, though she is trying to protect her baby, and I really can't fault her for that. If you are just now joining us, yes, that is where I am. So, that being the case, everybody, pretty please do your best to ask me questions if you have any. I will be more than happy to answer them. And let's get going. So, come on. There we go. Oh, all right. Didn't die. Fantastic. Can't see me underwater. So, one of the first things I ask, or when am asked when it comes to food, when it comes to hey, rude. When it comes to pets, is what foods are good for ow? Okay. What foods are okay to give my pet? The short answer is none of them. Please don't give your pet food. Well, I mean, yes, feed your pet, for heaven's sakes. That's not what I meant. Sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties on my end. I'm trying to straighten those out. Pause for a moment. Oh, hey, I'm still on small screen. Oops. Sorry, everybody. Wrong screen. There we go. Now you can see what I'm doing. Yes, do definitely feed your pet, but feed your pet, pet food. That's what it's there for. Don't give your pet human food if you can avoid it, actually, because that's asking for trouble. There are some pet foods that are safe for your pet. That is not to say that there are some foods that you just, you never give your pet any kind of human food whatsoever. It's not precisely true. Don't kill me. But it's gambling is what it is, because while there are some foods that are safe for your pet, do you really want to take that risk and potentially cause damage to your pet? Now, what do I mean when I say that? I mean that there are some fatty foods. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Ooh, that was close. Oh, Lord. So fatty foods, for example, will do severe damage to your pet's liver, kidneys, pancreas. Because if you want pancreatitis, feed your pet bacon. That's a great way to end up with pancreatitis. Ooh. Did I escape? I escaped. Oh, that was close. Yeah, that's what I said. Okay, so everybody got that? With the element of warmth? Where is that exactly? Oh, Jesus, it's all the way up there. I love how I have to go to a place called Sorrow Pass. That's just so enlightening. So yeah, if you feed your pet bacon, everybody knows the bacon's awesome if you can digest it. I can't personally digest it anymore, which makes me really sad because I love BLTs. That being said, I can't eat turkey bacon, but still, you should not give your pet bacon because bacon has high fat and also has high salt. Now, why is salt so bad? We'll get back to that one in a minute. Fat is bad because, especially in dogs, especially, that's a great word. Why am I fighting so hard when I can just do that? I am such a dingbat. I got this neat toy and I wasn't using it at all. Story of my life right there. So, fat will irritate a dog's liver. Just flat out start causing severe inflammation to a point where you will end up with extreme pancreatitis. Pancreatitis is quite literally inflammation of the pancreas, and can be fatal if you're not careful. So don't give your dog fatty foods. That includes things like hot dogs. And let's see, what are some other good ones here? Was I already here? I was already here. Hot dogs, ham, bacon, cheese is another bad one. I know that a lot of you like to share cheese. Cheese is amazing. I too love cheese. However, cheese has lots of fat and can cause severe inflammation in your dog's pancreas and end up with pancreatitis. So that being what it is, ooh, that was almost me dying a whole lot. Do I have the thing where I can? No, I don't. Okay. Ooh, don't tase me, bro. So anything fatty that you can think of, cheeseburgers, those kinds of things, generally bad for your dog's pancreas, can cause it to stop functionally manufacturing insulin, can stop allowing it to break down food properly, just all kinds of bad juju. You really, really do not want to... oops. Okay, one of the things I like about the sequel is once you switch a switch and it does something like that, it doesn't let you unswitch the switch. It's very handy. I like that. However, such is not the case for... Can I just break that? No, God, ow! That was dumb. How do I... No? Okay. No, that's not it. Okay, I don't know how to get to that yet. But yeah, it's just bad all around for the pancreas and can lead to death. Humans can get pancreatitis too, though it takes significantly more to piss off a human pancreas than it does a dog or cat pancreas. Cat pancreases are a little different. We're not sure what causes pancreatitis in cats. Much like half the things that go wrong in cats, we're not really sure what causes them, actually. It's really frustrating. Cats are just little anomalies that kind of make up their own rules. But fatty food is not what causes pancreatitis in cats, as we have discovered, much to our chagrin and confusion. But it can cause other problems. I was going to yes, I told you I was going to get back to salt. Salt is still a problem, especially for cats. Oh my god. Okay, well at least it's safe there. In case you haven't joined me before, by the way, I am a terrible saver and will often die and have to repeat places over and over. And I apologize dearly for that. Because I'm certain that you don't want to watch me do the same parts of the stage over and over again. Anyway, salt is its own hazard because salt stresses the kidneys. Cats already have overclocked kidneys, so you can see where this is going. If you like your cat, don't give it salty foods. That means ham, bacon, other such things. Please don't do that, because if you do, there is a high likelihood that their poor little kidneys won't be able to take it, and they will end up in renal failure, and that'll be the end of your cat. So just don't feed your cat human food. It's just not a smart idea. Let's see. We covered salt. We covered fat. What else can we cover? Ow. In case anybody was wondering, I'm trying to... Oh, right. There's enemies right there. I'm trying to figure out how to get to that cool little doodad there that has the neat stuff that I want. Okay. Vegetables and fruit. there are some things that you can feed your pet, vegetable and fruit-wise, without causing them too much distress. For example, dogs, you can give apples. Strawberries are okay. You can do that. You can also do carrots, yams. Pureed pumpkin, actually, is one that we frequently recommend for animals who are having diarrhea or who are having issues with their butt glands. If you're not familiar with butt glands, I can do a whole segment on just butt glands alone. My husband is, of course, giving me a terribly dirty look because that whole thing just grosses him out the door. It's not my fault they have them. They just do. I just realized I named this incorrectly, but hey, whatever. Oh. Thank you, dear, for the soundtrack. That's fantastic. So, yes. Just to keep you up to date, dogs and cats both have what are known as anal glands, and it's just as gross as it sounds, which is to say they have two little glands on either side of their anus on the inside, just within, that produce a foul-smelling liquid, and that's how they leave scent markers. You do have to pinch the pucker. It gets worse than that. Trust me, it's, like I said, I could... What? From the inside? Oh yeah, you squeeze it like a big zit. It's fantastic. Like I told you, I could do a whole segment on anal glands. It's wonderful. And every tech has to deal with them, and so do groomers, by the way. Groomers will have to put up with those. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. So yes, pureed pumpkin or yam can sometimes be used to treat those sorts of things. They're largely inert vegetable materials that are not going to cause problems for the animal in the long run, and won't cause any digestive issues unless they have allergies to them, in which case please don't feed them things they're allergic to. That's mean, and why would you do that? But have I been up here? I've been up here. Oh, you know what? I bet I need to, like, freaking hammer one of these assholes. Get over here. You know what? Having just talked about anal glands, maybe talking about hammering assholes was not the smartest idea. Come here, you. Hey, no. Hey, I'm pissing you off. Come get me. Maybe I can't do that yet. Okay, well, I tried. There's got to be some other way I can get it later. Generally speaking, in this game, if it's stupid hard to get, you shouldn't be going that way first. So, yes. Salt, fat, fruits and vegetables can be okay. There are, however, fruits and vegetables that are terrible for your pets and that you should never give them. For example, avocado is highly toxic to your pets, especially the skins. It will kill birds, for one thing. So please don't do that. Another thing that you want to watch out for is raisins or grapes. Both of them, actually, especially with dogs. Apparently they aren't quite as toxic in general experience to cats. That does not mean that they aren't toxic, nor should you risk it. But grapes and raisins have been known to kill dogs. I actually had a case at one point in time of, very sad, it was a Great Dane, big old pale white fellow, very, very handsome, whose name I cannot remember now. Alexander, that's who it was. And that poor fellow had the worst case of pancreatitis, or not pancreatitis, raisin toxicity. And he'd only had 3. Now, imagine Great Dane, mind you. Massive freaking creature, okay? This guy nearly weighed as much as me. And he ultimately, after 3 days of hospitalization, needed to be euthanized just because of how badly his organs were failing. It does cause organ failure. And it's just a bad, bad way to die. So please don't do that to your dog or cat, please, because that's just not... It's not a good thing. So yeah, and studies have shown that you can get... Oh, Jesus Christ, this is a gauntlet. Fuck off! Ah! Just die already. God damn. Oh, alright. I'm just gonna save here for a second. Fuck me. Alright. Where was I? Oh, yes. So studies have shown that it only takes the exposure to maybe 1 or 2 raisins to cause acute toxicity from raisins or grapes. We don't 100% know why. There's a high likelihood that it is something that they spray on grapes. It could be from the naturally occurring yeast that grows on grapes. It could be from something in the grape or raisin itself. We don't know. It doesn't seem to matter whether it's a grape or a raisin. It just seems to be what they do. So, yeah, grapes, raisins, definitely not a safe or inert fruit to give your pet. So please don't give them that. So even fruits and vegetables can be tricky. Not something that you necessarily want to take into your own hands and just willy-nilly try. Some, of course, will just cause routine stomach upset of varying degrees. Whether it causes them to vomit or have diarrhea or constipation is just kind of all up in the air, depending on what it is that you feed them. Fruits and vegetables in particular can be guilty of this because of the fact that they have a higher fiber content than is typical in their diet. Now, this is not to say that you should never allow your pets to eat any vegetable material whatsoever. That is false. That is a lie. Please don't believe that. There are a lot of diet companies who would love you to believe that your pet only ever needs to have these kinds of things ever. Now, ooh, I did a thing. Oh, hey, check that out. That's a hidden spot. Now, that's also part of my my diet discourse, which I have already done once. So if you want to ever check that out, Rapid Flame, Spirit Light gain from that. Well, that's pretty good. Charge dash. Ooh. Yes, I'll take that. Thank you very much. But yeah, there's a whole segment I did on diet because that's a very controversial topic, apparently. So can you feed your pet human food? The answer is yes, but... Ow. Yes, but dead. So. Womp womp. Let's get into some more crazy shit. You know what? I didn't go back and check out that one place that had the cool thing. Hang on a second. I'm going to actually, before I go too much further the direction I'm supposed to be going, I'm going to, ow, go die down here, apparently. Ow, fuck off. I said fuck off. Alright. Well, you're just determined, aren't you? Fine. Alright. Save. So when I mean don't hear that you can't feed your pet anything other than this or that, I want you to be aware that I'm primarily talking about dogs. Dogs are opportunistic omnivores, which is to say that they are carnivores. They require a meat diet. Please don't ever hear or think that I'm advocating for a vegan diet for dogs or cats, because that is absolutely 100% not the case. Ow. Ow. Fuck. Oh, seriously now. So, dogs can and do and will eat plant material, and it's totally okay. If you've ever watched a wild animal, you will note that one of the first things that they typically go for is the viscera, which is where the guts are. And when they eat the guts, they are also eating whatever their prey just ate, which in most cases is plant material. So they will sort of by proxy get some plant material in their diet as a result, and they can digest it just fine. In fact, they should, because a diet strictly in meat is generally... God damn it, I need to heal more or something. It's just not complete. It's not that it's not healthy, it's just not complete. So, cats, on the other hand, are obligate carnivores. They are not opportunistic omnivores. They are, in fact, bloody carnivores. And by this, I mean that if they do not have a meat primary diet, they will die. 100% proven by science. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I said the words that I never mean to say. Science never proves anything, by the way. It just heavily suggests. So if you ever hear me say science is proven, slap my wrist. Oh yeah, my statistician husband says that he will be glad to correct me on that. Thank you, dear. So supportive. Hang on, I gotta cough for a minute. Eh. And apparently his sneeze is coming on as well. This is fantastic. I'm doing great. So, but yes, cats absolutely 100% need meat. And by that, I mean that they need taurine. Taurine is an amino acid only ever found in meat sources. And nope, you're not going to find it in a plant diet. It's just not going to happen. Can I just, no? Okay. How about I do, is it this button? No? Okay, never mind. Apparently that doesn't work. Ow! Bastard. So if you try to feed a cat a vegan diet, it will die. Sorry, that's just, them is the rules. I don't make them up. So please don't feed your cat a vegan diet, or even a vegetarian one. It's just not. It's not a good idea. Where is that place that I'm looking for? It's down Blackroot Burrows. There you are. Okay, so I need to go down and to the right, it looks like. Okay. So when it comes to cats, you got to be real careful about anything that you feed them that, isn't a meat source or heavily influenced by meat sources. You can feed them other things as a treat, but again, honestly, you just really shouldn't. Because there's so many things out there that can cause more damage. You can end up with an animal that's just overweight because you feed them entirely too much human food. That happens a lot. I cannot tell you how many times I have had to say, does your pet, eat any human foods? And they'll say just table scraps. And it's like, okay, that counts. Okay. And that is why your dog is 20 pounds overweight. Your beagle should not be 80 pounds. It's just, it shouldn't. That's, no. Come on, it's up here somewhere. Ow. Y'all saw it on the map. There it is. Yay. Oh god, I almost died. You know what, I should probably save. I'll save. But there are some things that we can and do advocate for feeding your pet if they have an upset stomach, which sounds paradoxical, but it is absolutely true. If your dog or cat has an upset stomach, you might consider feeding them a bland diet comprised of boiled chicken and rice. Now, why those things specifically? Rice is high in pectin and fiber, which will help restore consistency of stool if they are having diarrhea, for example. Additionally, the boiled chicken is a very easy to digest protein source. And boiled means that it is much more easy for it to break down, essentially. It's much easier to break down. Much more easy to break down. That's great English. Yes, I will save. Now, when we say feed your pet boiling chicken, please don't feed your pet boiling chicken. Boiled is sufficient, and room temperature is good. Don't season it. Don't season it at all. Talking about human food, part of the reason that animals get sick from human food is the seasoning. You do not want to give your pet, for example, garlic. Garlic does not cure fleas. Oh god. All right, yeah. Let me touch on that one for a minute. Garlic does not kill fleas. Garlic has never killed fleas. Garlic is not a good substitute for flea prevention. I will eventually have people probably vote on a parasite panel, in which I can discuss this a little bit more at length. But yeah, fleas don't give a shit about your garlic. They really don't. You can give your pet garlic and you will still have fleas, and now you will also have a pet with renal failure. Garlic and onions both are not good for your animals. Or capsaicin. Capsaicin? Is that a monkey? Capsaicin? Excuse me. Anything in the pepper or onion family is just no bueno. That is a swift way to cause all kinds of organ failure. Don't do it. I should have taken a left turn there. Suppose I can still go down that way, I think. Yeah, I can still go down that way. Float. Okay, don't float that slow. And half the things that you put in seasoning, peppers, or any kind of pepper, like peppers or pepper, is not something that you should be feeding your pet, and is not good for them. Additionally, high contents of salt. We already talked about that one. So yeah, any kind of seasoning is just generally a bad idea. Yeah, you can do things like rosemary and thyme and whatnot, but we don't really know how that's going to affect them. We haven't done as much studying into parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme when it comes to the organs of pets. But I would recommend against it. Just don't season any food that you give them. That's why it's considered a bland diet. So that is something to consider as well. Anytime you give your pet human food, you are running that risk as well. Everybody knows chocolate's not good for animals. It's not just that chocolate itself is bad. It's the fact that it's the cocoa in it. The darker the chocolate, the worse it is for the animal. Am I? I am supposed to go across here, yeah? Okay, I guess. I'm doing this sort of wrong, sort of right. I don't know. I will figure it out. I gotta get there. I want to go to Blackroot Burrows. There's a gift down in there, or a ability, or whatever you call it these days, that'll help me dramatically in the future. See what I mean about being able to get things I couldn't before, because it's easier once you get a little bit further on. It's just surviving to that point that's the hard part. Hey. Guys. Hey. What if I piss you off? Come here. Come here. Ah, crap. Oh, now you're down here. That's not helpful at all. That helped. Thank you. Oh, bummer. Maybe I can... Oh, there's a light thingy up there. That's different. Okay, never mind. What was I saying? Crap. Ooh. I wonder if it... Well, no, I can probably not get down there yet. So I want to go down to the right again. Oh, which means... No, that's this way. So we've covered fats, we've covered salts, we've covered seasonings, we've covered fruits and vegetables, cheese, and other dairy products. Cheese in particular is an easy scapegoat because cheese is awesome and everybody wants to eat cheese. And if you're eating a piece of cheese and your dog or your cat is looking at you like, I want some cheese, then, you know, it's really hard to ignore. One of the things you're going to have to remember whenever you look at your pet is that they're thinking with their stomach and you have to be the responsible adult. It's like being the adult in a room full of toddlers who want to just eat all the candy bars for breakfast. You just, you know, it's not good for them. And you know it's not good for them. And if you let them have it, yes, they'll be happy, but they're not going to be healthy. In fact, they're probably going to have a stomach ache and it's probably going to be just all kinds of bad. So you have to be the responsible adult and say, no, you can't have ice cream for breakfast. You cannot have cookies for dinner. And no, you cannot have human food if you're a pet. Part of that is because of the fact that we have a hard time not anthropomorphizing our pets. We do. It's just fact. As humans, we want to anthropomorphize everything. For God's sake, look at the people who are attached to their Roombas. Bit of a self-call out there. Ah, shit. I should have seen that coming. But yeah, we want to anthropomorphize everything. So that being the problem, we have to exhibit and exercise some self-restraint and not allow ourselves to be taken in by those cute puppy dog eyes, because we have to remember what's best for them. So when it comes to giving them proper nutrition, please don't give them cheese. Part of that's the fat issue, where you could cause pancreatitis or just cause them to be overweight. By the way, an overweight cat is drastically more likely to develop feline diabetes. You probably shouldn't needed me to tell you that, but a lot of people don't seem to know that part. But more to the point, cats are lactose intolerant, as are dogs and other pets. The point is actually that you and I are mutants, those of us who can digest cheese, because your body is supposed to shut down the enzyme that manufactures lactase, which is the enzyme that digests cheese. After a certain point, you're supposed to be officially weaned. You no longer depend on milk. And so your body's like, cool, I don't need this enzyme anymore. And am I supposed to be able to go this way? It seems like a really bad idea. Let's do it. Okay, I hit the wrong button. Okay, that was just dumb. Oh, I almost had it. I got stuck on the ledge. Woo! I made it. I have no idea if I'm supposed to be here yet or not. Let's find out. Ooh, it's pretty. Oh, God. No! That was close. Oh, this isn't friendly. Oh, really? Okay. That was one of the lamest deaths I've had to date. Alright, cool. Good to know. What if I just, like, do that? No? Okay, cool. Good to know. So, when we are weaned as human beings, we are supposed to have shut that off. When animals are weaned, they do shut that off because they're not mutants. Now, humans... I guess I have to dash through there. Humans are, well, shall we say, just kind of fuck the rules, I do what I want when it comes to nature. And we developed the ability to digest milk and other such lactose. This is going to be really boring for you guys, I'm really sorry. And other such lactose-bearing foods. And as a result, we can eat cheese, and we can eat milk, and we can eat other things that involve lactose. But dogs and cats, being normal, did not actually keep that little enzyme. It's the liver, by the way, that manufactures lactase. So if you can digest cheese, thank your liver. He's the one letting you do that. Oh, plot point. Mama! Oh, that's a sad story. Am I kidding? This whole thing is a sad story, but it's a good story. It's anyway. I should save it so that I don't have to go through the cutscene over and over and over again. Do I go down? Yes. Ow. Brilliant. Ooh, tree. This is the cool ability I was talking about. Left button. Okay. Okay. So, what was I talking about before we... Ah! Left button. That was right button. And up. That's why I wanted this. So, yeah, cheese is not something that is naturally occurring in a dog or cat's diet. Nothing with milk really is. And in fact, them being lactose intolerant will cause the same sort of symptoms that you would expect from a lactose intolerant person, which is to say diarrhea, bloating, vomiting, just general stomach upset. So you can feed them cheese, but you're taking a gamble on that one. A small bit of cheese might cause them to just be like, cheese, this is delicious. What? No, it's just a bad idea. You're going to end up with accidents and gas, and it's just not good. Bread's kind of another one, to be completely honest, because when you've got that many carbs, their bodies weren't meant to digest that level of grain. I know I said that it's okay for them to digest grains. That is true, but when you're talking that much, you're talking like serious gas. There's no other better way to put it. So yeah, you can go ahead and give them as much bread as you want, but you're probably going to have some serious farts to contend with later. It just is what it is. And that goes for any bread products. Anything from sourdough to pancakes, muffins, that kind of a thing. Ah! There was a guy there and I didn't see him. Ow. I cannot create a soul link on unstable ground. Well, fine then. Let's see. What did you say about muffins? Your cat does love muffins because it's high in carbs and they think that's delicious. But, I mean, the beans are high in protein and cats love that too. And that will also cause horrendous farts. But, I mean, that's up to you. You don't have a problem with that because usually the cat sleeps on my head, and when he farts, it creates stank right on my side of the bed. That's what usually that means. Raw food, and by that I don't mean the raw diets. I mean like honest to God raw food. I'm talking raw bits of chicken, raw bits of beef, raw bits of fish. Wouldn't recommend it. Cats and dogs, just like humans, can get salmonella. I definitely would not recommend giving your cat or dog salmonella. So, you know. Is there any food I haven't covered that people are curious about, for example? Oh, alcohol's a good one, since I'm thinking about it. Please don't. Please do not give your cat or dog alcohol. I say that for so many different reasons. Partly because of the fact that they can't digest it very well. Ow. Ow. Why do we keep running into that? But part of it too is the fact that it will cause more severe liver damage in a dog or cat than it would in a human because their bodies just simply aren't equipped to handle that. It's a bit like giving them caffeine. Yes, you could, in theory, give them caffeine. I really wouldn't recommend it because if you do, you're liable to end up. Can't I? I thought I could jump on those. Yes, I can. Fantastic. But you're going to end up with pretty severe symptoms from these animals that have that. You will find that they tend to have higher instance of organ failure. A cat that has had caffeine will become more irritable, will tend to be hyperactive, may start exhibiting neurological symptoms. Same with a dog. It's just not good. So please, as funny as it is, don't give your dog beer. Don't let your cat drink your whiskey. It's just not good. Yeah, that's really all it is for me in terms of that. I mean, again, you can if you really want to, but you're gambling. Let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, this was challenging. Ping! It's like ping pong balls. Oop, not too far back enough. So any other questions in terms of food? Oh, here's one I just thought of. Soda. Please don't. Sugar is not a good idea to give your animal in high amounts. For multiple reasons. Because, I mean, first of all, there's the whole diabetes thing. And, second of all, that will also piss off the pancreas in a dog, and it will also typically cause some renal complications in cats. So, I mean, you know, you can, but I wouldn't recommend it. I feel like there's something I'm missing here. Oh, geez. You weren't supposed to respawn? Sawed off. Let's see. Does it... It bounces. Maybe if I bounce it just a little bit like... Oh, that was not quite the bounce I was looking for. Awesome! Am I badass? I think I'm badass. Alright, what's our time? Oh, we're only 7:43. Let's pick some weird foods. How about chewing gum? Should you give your animal chewing gum? No, I would recommend against giving your animal chewing gum. Not just because of the fact that there's a high sugar content in it and, you know, you could end up with all those. Yes, there's the fact that my husband points out that your animal could in fact choke on it, and that's a very real possibility. On top of that, you've also got the possibility that your dog or cat may end up with it in their digestive system and causing complications there. Because... Alright, you know what? You guys just suck. Can you just die? There. You too. How do I... Ow. God, I'm trying to, like, throw things and... just throwing them willy-nilly, that's not gonna help. Ah! Barely missed. There. I'm almost out of mana now. But yeah, you've heard the jokes about dogs eating bubblegum and farting a bubble. That's actually not too far from the truth. They won't fart bubbles. They don't have the capability of making bubbles with their butts, but they can end up with bubblegum poo, which will stick to things, especially if it gets kind of caught halfway in, halfway out, and they scoot their butt on your floor, and then you end up with all that kind of fun complications. So yeah, don't do that. Cats, too, will scoot their ass, by the way, in case you were ever curious. And if you give your cat bubblegum, same sort of thing. But let's go a step further. Have you heard of the artificial sweetener xylitol? Certainly you have. You're a pet owner, right? Or maybe you are curious about pets. Xylitol is an artificial sweetener that kills dogs and cats, actually. If you end up with an animal with xylitol exposure, they need to go to a vet right away. It's highly toxic, immediately causes liver and kidney shutdown. So, I mean, you know, it's not something to play around with. Definitely get your animal checked out immediately if they have any kind of exposure to xylitol. So, while that's haha joking bubblegum, it's also not joking. It's also, whoa, Jesus. God that's where that thumping was coming from. Oh, shit. You were supposed to die there. So it's a very serious thing that you should not risk. You should absolutely not ever let your animal eat, like, sugar-free gum. It's all kinds of bad. Yay, an ability cell. I should probably, like, use one of those right now, shouldn't I? It's this button, right? Yeah. Oh my god, some of these require 3 now. That sucks. Ooh. Yeah, we're doing it. Okay, now I know where the life markers are. Yay! So yes. That goes for peanut butter as well, actually. Peanut butter can also have xylitol in it, therefore making it toxic. If you do decide to give your pet peanut butter, which is generally okay, as long as you don't give them too much, simply by virtue of the fact that it has fat in it and can cause them to be overweight and or have an irritated insides. Generally speaking, as long as it doesn't have xylitol, it shouldn't be considered toxic. There's got to be a way to open that thing. Stop spitting at me. That's rude. Did I miss it up here somewhere? No. This opens up somewhere else. Okay. So that's basically it for my spiel on human food and your pet. My largest thing is to say don't. Just because it's risky and there's a lot of things that go wrong. There's a lot of things that you can't account for that you didn't know was in something. So I would always caution against any kind of human food for your pet. Unless you have to. Like feeding a bland diet or something to that degree. I don't want to die. Oh shit. Okay, Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, well, you've seen the ping pong ball challenge. Oh, on the first try! Yes! Now how do I get up there? Oh. Like that. Oh, shit. Like that. Okay. Not as talented as I thought it was. Alright, how do I... Ah, there's a lever. Pull the lever! There we go. I wonder if that opens the other ones too while I'm at it. Alright, well, I'm just going to enjoy playing the game now for the rest of the 10 minutes that I have left. I don't really have a whole heck of a lot to add. Obviously, if you make your pet food at home, I would hope you've done the research on these sorts of things. I always advocate for feeding pre-formulated brands, unless otherwise instructed by a veterinarian, because it is so easy to miss things in terms of nutrition that it's just kind of like, why would you risk it? Why would you ever take that chance? So, I mean, am I supposed to dash? 1, 2, 3, go! Yes! But I mean, you can if you want. All I ask is that you do it under the guise of a veterinarian. There are plenty of formulated diets out there, and generally speaking, it actually is a little bit more cost-effective to have the diet made for you. Oh. It's Papa. I've seen a lot of death in this game so far. All of the Goomon are gone. I lost Mama right off the bat. I feel like there's something up there that I should be trying to go and get, but... Oh, there's a ledge there. I guess I can't go up there. Yep, bounces off that. Okay. Well, that's a good safe place anyway. Especially since I'm so bad at saving. Well, we only have about 7 minutes left in this particular broadcast for today, which I have poorly named and I have to fix before I upload it to YouTube. But just a reminder, I do these every other week now that I have a more set schedule again. Part of the reason that son of a bitch, that things went kind of sideways for my last stream was because of the fact that my schedule had recently changed. Which is good. I made full-time, which is, I mean... Why do I throw those in, like, multiples? Considering the fact that not all of my constituents were hired even back on, it was kind of awesome that they gave me full-time. Because they knew that I wanted it, and they knew that I wasn't as eligible for things like unemployment as everybody else. So, yeah, that's what I'll be doing from now on is a 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time broadcast. I will be playing this game until I beat it, which I have beat this game before. It's just fun to play through again. And as always, I will take questions. Please ask questions. My chat is usually pretty quiet. I do have some people who will contribute, and that is awesome. I appreciate it. Please feel free to contribute as much as you like, whenever you like, even if it's to joke. Because honestly, jokes frequently have a kernel of truth to them, so I will 100% take it. Other than that, I'm not sure what other game I'll be playing after this one. Probably something a little bit less death heavy in terms of me dying quite as often. I'm very bad at dying frequently, but then again, it might be something as death heavy as Battle Block Theater. I don't know. I haven't decided yet because we've still got a little ways to go on this one. That being said, if anybody has any suggestions, you're more than welcome to say so on my Twitter. I am still trying to figure out the whole charity thing. It seems to be a little bit tricky to do. I did manage to successfully raise money for Doctors Without Borders a couple weeks ago, which was good. and I would like to continue to do that. So I know right now it's a particularly difficult time for everybody, so I don't want anybody to ever feel bad for not contributing to any of the charities that I put up. Please don't ever feel like you are not helping or you shouldn't participate in the chat or whatever because you're not throwing money to charity. It's a charity, for heaven's sakes. It's not an obligatory, it's not a cover charge. So, but I will keep throwing that up there. I'm probably going to continue to do Doctors Without Borders for a little while at least, just because of the fact that we are currently in the COVID-19 situation and they do very good work, particularly in places that are stricken by poverty, with refugees, with a number of hard-hit communities that really need the help here and abroad, frankly. Doctors Without Borders actually got deployed recently to, to the Navajo Nation, if I'm not mistaken, to help with the COVID pandemic there amidst the Navajo peoples. So, I mean, you know, I'm 100% behind that. I want them to continue to do good work. So, if you are able to help them continue to do good work, then please, by all means, do so. But don't ever feel like you absolutely must or have to, or that it's a requirement or anything like that. Okay? I think I'm going to use that and that. And I think that's a good place for me to end it for tonight. I apologize for anybody who might feel like it's staying up too late. If you you don't want to have to worry about missing my streams in the future, you can always watch them later. It's not a problem. I do have a YouTube channel, and you can always watch it there. So, Ori says goodnight. Do your backflip. Yay, backflip. And I'll see you again next time. Keep your eye on my Twitter for the next poll to find out what the topic will be. We'll find out then. Other than that, have a good night. Stay safe, stay sane, wash your hands, wear a mask, and socially distance. We'll get through this. Y'all take care.